Stop for a moment and listen with your whole heart, because this message may be arriving at the exact second you need it most. If you have been carrying money stress in silence, if you have been smiling in public while privately wondering how you will cover the next bill, stay with me. Do not leave early, because what begins in your spirit can change what shows up in your life. This is not about empty hype. This is about a shift, a real one. Right now, while you listen, something can begin to break off your mind, off your fear, off that tight feeling that has followed you every time you check your account or open another payment notice. You are not here by accident. You are here because your heart is tired of lack, tired of delay, tired of living under pressure, and ready for a new story. I want you to breathe deeply for a second. Let the noise slow down. Let the panic back away. Let hope come back into the room. Because before this message ends, I believe you will feel stronger, clearer, and more ready to receive than you have felt in a long time. And do not miss the end, because the final prayer and declaration are for the person who feels like they are on the edge of giving up. If that is you, stay with me. This may be the moment where your inner world changes first, and then the doors around you begin to move. My dear brother, my dear sister, if you are worn out from stretching every dollar, from watching bills pile up, from acting calm while your heart feels heavy, hear me clearly. Your struggle is not proof that you were forgotten. It is not proof that you are cursed. It is not proof that your best days are behind you. Many people think that because money has been slow, heaven has been silent. But silence is not absence, and delay is not denial. Sometimes what looks empty on the surface is actually a season of deep preparation underneath. Think about a seed buried in the ground. For a while you see nothing, no leaf, no fruit, no sign, yet under the surface, roots are pushing deeper, strength is forming, life is gathering, and the day of breaking through is getting closer. That is how many people are living right now. They think nothing is happening, but unseen things are being arranged. Doors are moving, people are being positioned, ideas are developing, courage is waking up, wisdom is being formed. If you have been faithful through hard days, if you have kept going even while tired, if you have kept praying through fear, then do not talk yourself out of hope now. Stay with me, because the next part matters. Sometimes provision does not begin with money in your hand. Sometimes it begins with a change in what you believe is possible. I want you to picture something with me. Close your eyes if you can, even for a few seconds, and imagine a door standing in front of you. Not an ordinary door. A door marked with provision, favor, help, and open supply. And on that door, in clear letters, is your name. For too long you may have believed that this door was locked, that it was for other people, that blessing was always near somebody else but never close to you. But today I want you to see that door differently. I want you to see it opening. I want you to see light pouring through the cracks. I want you to see what fear told you was impossible, suddenly becoming reachable. This is not about pretending problems are not real. It is about refusing to let problems become your identity. Bills are real, yes. Pressure is real, yes. But provision is real too. Wisdom is real too. Open doors are real too. New chances are real too. And what if the very thing that has kept you trapped is not only the amount in your account, but the message of defeat that has been repeating in your mind? That message can be broken, right here, right now. So keep listening. Do not drift away. In the next few moments, I want to help you push back against fear and step into a stronger agreement with peace, expectation, and daily supply. There is a spiritual side to words, and many people overlook it. What you keep saying over your life matters. What you keep agreeing with matters. If you speak only defeat, your heart starts living under it. If you rehearse only failure, your vision begins to shrink around it. That is why this moment is important. Your listening is not passive. Your attention matters. Your openness matters. What you allow into your spirit begins shaping your next move, your next choice, your next level of courage. So right now I speak against the fear that has wrapped itself around your money story. I speak against the shame that tells you to stay small. I speak against the heavy thoughts that say nothing will ever change. Let those words lose power over you now. Let the old panic loosen. Let the inner pressure break. Let every lie that says you are meant to live in constant lack begin to fall to the ground. You are not helpless. You are not locked out forever. You are not doomed to repeat the same cycle year after year. And hear this carefully. Provision is not only about cash. It is also about clear thinking, right timing, wise decisions, healed confidence, open relationships, creative ideas, new courage, and the strength to act when the door appears. If this is speaking to you, stay with me, because the next stretch is where faith starts becoming practical. Money, in the right place, is not about greed. It is about freedom to breathe, freedom to obey, freedom to help, freedom to build, freedom to stop living with a knot in your chest every day. It is hard to focus on purpose when survival fear is screaming in your ear. It is hard to dream when every month feels like a fight just to stay afloat. So if you have asked for relief, do not feel guilty about that. If you have prayed for enough and more than enough, do not feel ashamed of that. There is nothing wrong with wanting stability, provision, margin and peace. In fact, many people need resources not so they can worship money, but so they can stop being bullied by lack. They need room to think clearly again. They need room to give again. They need room to create, to bless, to move forward, to live with dignity. So today I declare a breaking of mental chains tied to poverty thinking, fear thinking, and constant worst-case thinking. Let every delayed good thing begin to move closer. Let every useful idea come alive. Let every right connection be drawn near. Let the doors that belong to you become visible. Let the confidence to walk through them rise up in you. And do not click away now, because this is where many people give up too early. The external shift often begins with internal permission. You must stop calling yourself stuck when your season may actually be changing. Faith is not a magic trick, and this is not a spell. This is not about saying a few pretty words and refusing to live wisely. This is about bringing your heart into agreement with truth, so you can recognize and receive what is already trying to reach you. Some people miss open doors because they have been trained by disappointment not to expect anything good. Some people cannot hold a blessing because fear talks them out of it before it even lands. That is why the inner work matters. So I speak now to the accusing voice that has been telling you that you are unworthy, too late, too broken, too far behind, too foolish from past mistakes to ever recover. Be quiet now. That voice does not get the final word. Your past failures are not your permanent name. Your delayed season is not your final chapter. The moments where you made bad money choices, the times where you felt embarrassed, the seasons where you barely made it through, those are not proof that your future must stay small. Let a stronger truth rise up inside you. You can learn, you can rebuild, you can recover, you can receive, you can handle more with wisdom, you can walk differently from this day forward. And if you feel something shifting already, hold on to that. Do not brush it off. Sometimes the first sign of breakthrough is not money in your hand. Sometimes it is peace replacing panic, courage replacing shame, and clear vision replacing inner fog. I want you to understand that real provision often begins moving before you can measure it. Long before a check arrives, a conversation may be forming. Long before a new stream opens, an idea may be rising in you. Long before a debt is cleared, the plan to deal with it may be coming together piece by piece. This is why you must not judge everything by what you can see in one moment. There are things happening you cannot track with your eyes. Hearts are changing. Timelines are aligning. Practical opportunities are approaching. The right insight may come while you are driving, cleaning, praying, resting, or simply sitting in silence after this message ends. So expect movement, expect clarity, expect help, expect openings, not because life is always easy, but because you are no longer agreeing with the lie that nothing good can happen for you. I declare a new steadiness over your mind. I declare that fear will no longer eat your energy before the day even begins. I declare that wisdom will start meeting you in simple moments. I declare that what felt blocked will begin to loosen. And stay with me, because this next part is important. When change begins, it often feels small at first. A phone call, a fresh idea, an offer, a saved expense, a returned payment, a new contact, a forgotten resource. Do not despise the early signs. They often carry the seed of much more. There are people listening right now who have been living with a silent ache around money. You do not talk about it much. You carry it quietly. You smile. You keep functioning. But inwardly you are tired. Tired of counting. Tired of recalculating. tired of hoping something changes and then feeling let down again. If that is you, hear this gently. You are not weak because this has been hard. Financial pressure is heavy. It touches sleep, peace, confidence, relationships, and even how you pray. That is why today, I want you to release the false image of yourself as someone forever stuck at the edge of not enough. You are not meant to live your whole life seeing yourself only as a beggar at the door. Lift your head. See yourself instead as a person called to steward increase with wisdom, humility and peace. That change in identity matters. When you stop seeing yourself only through the lens of lack, you begin to make different choices. You hear ideas more clearly. You notice doors faster. You carry yourself with steadier confidence. You stop pushing away help that was actually meant for you. This does not mean pride. It means agreement with a healthier story. So right now, let the old label fall off. Let the old shame fall off. Let the expectation of constant struggle fall off. And if this is touching something deep in you, do not miss the next lines, because this is where practical abundance begins to take shape in ordinary life. Provision often travels through very natural paths. It may come through a better opportunity, a client saying yes, a wise partnership, a skill you finally use, a debt someone remembers to repay, an expense you no longer have to carry, a new job opening, a side project taking off, or a strategy that helps you manage what you have much better than before. Sometimes the answer is a sudden door. Sometimes it is a series of simple doors opening one after another. That is why staying alert matters. Do not become so locked into one picture of help that you miss the real help when it appears in a different shape. Be open, pay attention, listen closely after this message is over. That idea you have kept ignoring may need to be explored. That conversation you have been afraid to have may need to happen. That application, that follow-up, that proposal, that call, that plan, that budget reset, that creative step may be part of the answer you asked for. Faith and wisdom work well together. Expect blessing, yes, but also move with courage when wisdom comes. Take the step, send the email, make the call, write the plan, clean up the numbers, learn the skill. Open yourself to favor, but be ready to respond when favor knocks. Because increase is not only about what arrives, it is also about what you do when the first opening appears. And for the person still listening, this may be the moment where hope becomes motion. We all carry a money story, and many of those stories were formed long before we knew what was happening. Maybe you grew up hearing that money is always hard to get. Maybe you watched people argue over bills. Maybe you learned to expect disappointment. Maybe part of you still believes that wanting more stability makes you selfish, or that wealth always belongs to somebody else. But those old scripts do not have to rule your life forever. They can be challenged, they can be replaced, they can be healed. You do not have to keep wearing beliefs that were handed to you in fear. You can choose a cleaner, healthier, stronger story. Here is that new story. You are allowed to live with enough. You are allowed to experience provision without guilt. You are allowed to build, save, give, invest wisely, and breathe easier. You are allowed to want peace around money. You are allowed to believe that your future does not have to repeat your past. Let that settle in, slowly if needed, but let it settle in. A new story creates new posture. New posture creates new action. New action creates new results over time. So do not return to the old language after this message ends. Do not keep calling yourself cursed, doomed, unlucky, or permanently behind. Speak with more care over your life. Say, I am learning, I am rebuilding, I am receiving wisdom, I am open to provision, I am not trapped forever. That may sound simple, but simple truth repeated with faith can begin changing everything. And now let gratitude come into the room, not fake gratitude, not forced smiles. Real gratitude that says, even before I see the full answer, I choose not to live in panic. Gratitude that says, I believe help can reach me. Gratitude that says, I will not let anxiety become my only language. When you give thanks before everything is solved, you are not denying reality. You are refusing to bow to fear. You are making space for peace to lead you. So begin even now. Thank God for wisdom you are receiving. Thank God for doors being prepared. Thank God for strength to manage what comes. Thank God for ideas that can create increase. Thank God for protection over what is already in your hand. Thank God for favor with the right people. Thank God that your life is not frozen in this chapter. Gratitude steadies the heart. It keeps you from collapsing inward. It reminds you that possibility still exists. And as you move through your day after hearing this, carry that attitude with you. When you look at your bank statement, do not let fear speak first. When you pay a bill, do it with calm and with prayer. When you think about the future, do not picture only disaster. Picture wise provision, step by step, one act of grace at a time. Because many breakthroughs are lost in the mind before they are lost in real life. Guard your inner world, protect your expectation, feed hope on purpose. So let me pray over you now in simple words. May peace settle where anxiety has been loud. May courage rise where shame has been heavy. May wisdom come where confusion has been foggy. May open doors appear where everything seemed shut. May the pressure around your finances begin to loosen. May you notice opportunities you would have missed before. May the right people remember you, call you, respond to you, and work with you. May hidden resources become visible. May your hands be blessed with skill, discipline, and creativity. May your mind be clear and steady. May fear stop wasting your strength. May what was delayed begin to move. May what was tangled begin to straighten out. May you recover what can be recovered, learn from what must be left behind, and walk forward with greater wisdom than before. I pray that this very day carries signs of movement for you, even if they begin small, a message, a contact, a fresh idea, a reduced burden, a new option, a surprising kindness, a needed answer. Do not overlook the first signs, welcome them. And if you have stayed with me this far, stay with me through this final part, because I want to seal this in your heart with one more strong reminder. You are not waiting in darkness with no direction. You are stepping into a season where fear no longer gets to lead. From this moment, walk differently, not proudly, not foolishly, but differently. Walk as a person who expects wisdom. Walk as a person who is ready to handle provision better. Walk as a person who will not let old panic write the next chapter. Let holy expectation become normal for you. Let it shape how you answer emails, how you handle work, how you treat people, how you speak over your home, how you plan your week, how you manage your money, how you respond to fresh ideas. Expect good to come, and when it comes, steward it well. Keep your eyes open over the next days. Notice the small shifts. Notice the conversations. Notice the opened paths. Notice the help you may once have ignored. Sometimes the first wave of change is quiet. Sometimes it begins with peace in your chest and a clear next step in your mind. Sometimes it starts with one answered need and then builds. Do not let doubt rush in and steal what hope has started building. If the full picture does not appear immediately, keep standing, keep thanking, keep moving, keep listening. The story is not over. The lack is not your identity. The pressure is not your permanent home. You are still being led. You are still being helped. You are still able to rise. And I leave you with this final truth. Your breakthrough is not something you need to chase in fear. It is something you prepare for with faith, wisdom, gratitude, and courage. Hold on to that. Carry it into today and receive what is beginning now.